Light tape provides an even backlight for your translucent stones and surfaces. It's never been easier to backlight your kitchen counter or bathroom vanity. The more translucent the surface, the better the light tape will work. Say goodbye to hot and cold spots or seams between light panels. Here's a few surfaces and stones we know work very well with light tape. If you're unsure about your stone or surface, ask one of our representatives to send you our light surface test to test yours with just your phone flashlight. LEDs are best used when your stone is more opaque or very thick. If the stone doesn't allow much light to pass through, an LED is preferred since the stone can be used to diffuse the intense light. LEDs take longer to install since they require heat sinks and have thicker panels. This does not work well with very translucent stones and surfaces because you see the seams where the panels end and where the LED bulbs are. Don't be fooled by the LEDs in the stone showroom that are 2 feet behind the slab. Remember that these harsh lights are going to be right behind your stone. If your surface isn't perfectly square or has a sink or faucet cutout, an LED will never be able to light it evenly. LEDs can seem like a cheap solution, but because they come in wide and rigid sheets, they often cost a lot to ship. Light tape panels are not rigid and can be rolled out over your substrate with ease and will light your translucent surface evenly no matter the shape. Light tape is a completely even light that can be added to an existing design because of how thin our panels are. Once you have your surface picked, send us a template of your design. If you have sink cutouts or holes in your template, we can cut them out precisely with our state-of-the-art laser cutter. We can cut anything. We were even asked to cut a panel shaped like Lake Tahoe. There's no cutting needed on site. We'll do all the heavy lifting. These are the file formats we accept. If you're unsure where to get this, ask your cabinet maker, contractor, or stone fabricator. Since the light tape panels are going under the surface, be sure your template reflects the cabinet or substrate underneath the stone or surface. Usually, the stone or surface is a little bit bigger than the substrate the panels will be going on. If you don't have this yet, that's okay. We can get you a preliminary estimate with rough dimensions or your stone top dimensions. If your design is very custom or you can't get a CAD drawing, you can always send us a paper template. You can do this by tracing the area you would like lit on a big piece of paper and cutting the edges. You can mail that over to us and we'll create a panel from there. Sometimes, sink and faucet holes can be a little tricky. Since we try to get the area lit with as few panels as possible, we ask that you be as precise as possible with your sink measurements. Make sure you're measuring not only the size of the sinkhole, but also where it is. An easy way to show us that is to measure the distance between the edge of the cabinet and the edge of the sink on at least 2 sides of the sink. Same thing goes with the faucet holes. Let us know the diameter of each faucet hole you need, as well as how far it is from the edge of the sink and the edge of the cabinet if you can. Knowing where these cutouts are in advance helps move your project quickly through our manufacturing process. For multi-panel jobs, we'll create a panel layout for you so you can see where the connections are and to double-check the panel sizes. As soon as you sign off, we'll get to work on fabricating each of the panels exactly to spec. Roll out the panel over the desired area on the substrate and take note of where the tabbed connection lands. Remove the panel and drill a small access hole to drop the connector and wire lead into when installing the panel. Prep your substrate by adding some double-sided adhesive tape. Make sure that the subsurface is smooth and free of burrs with no protruding screw or nail heads. Simply unroll the panel over the adhesive on the area you're lighting and drop the tabbed connection and wire through the access hole you drilled previously into the substrate. Be sure to light it all up after wiring it all together, before you install the stone. You can wire the drivers up to 200 feet from the panels. Just extend the existing leads with 18-gauge wire. We recommend having the drivers in a NEMA enclosure installed in a well-ventilated remote location. It can also easily be mounted in a utility closet. Regardless of the location, please be sure to install the drivers with the fan facing up. Our light tape panels won't interfere with your stone installation. The stone can be set directly over the light tape. Some gaps can be left along the substrate in order to shim the stone and make it all level. Light tape creates the perfect accent light to highlight your stone. We'll work with you every step of the way to ensure a smooth process.
I love working with light tape. Their product brings a lot of unique features, such as its form factor, uneven illumination, the absence of hot spots, and cool temperature. Light tape really allows us to make our solutions unique and to create the wow factor that our clients are always looking for.